Welcome back, true believers and spectacular Spidey fans, to another Spider-Man PS4 related video, and I have definitely missed you guys. I know it's been a really long time since I have done a Spider-Man PS4 video talking about anything in regards to maybe speculating about a topic or actually going into some news, which this video is about, but there is actually quite a little bit of small updates that I have gained information from on Twitter and on YouTube that I do believe that I can make it into a video. And once again, I am joined here with the one and only TheTalentedGamerHD. Say hi, Terry.
Hey you guys, it's TheTalentedGamerHD here.
Awesome, and as you can see by the title, this is just a small update on what has been going on recently with Insomniac Games and the status of Spider-Man PS4. So, basically, to kind of summarize what has been going on recently with Insomniac Games, if you guys didn't know, Insomniac Games have now recently been doing quite a lot of live streams on Twitch, and then they have been uploading those live streams directly onto YouTube as soon as they are finished. And the cool thing about this is that each live stream they play a different game, and they talk a lot about game development, they talk a lot about game structures, they talk a lot about different jobs that each individual employee at Insomniac does and what they work on and what their specialty is. Specifically though, the one that really caught my attention was Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, where they did in fact play Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and at one point in the live stream, a fellow Insomniac by the name of Adam Corleone is actually a combat designer for Spider-Man PS4, and he actually went into detail about discussing how the system of the game's combat will in fact operate. And basically, to quote him, in the video he says that the combat in Spider-Man PS4 will offer a lot of differentiation and variety in regards to how you fight different enemies in the game. And what we saw in the demo, of course, where Spider-Man is fighting guys with guns, he's fighting guys without guns, and he fights heavy guys, and each time he's fighting someone, he fights them in a different way, with different moves. And again, to quote Brian Intihar, the creative director of Spider-Man PS4, he has said that Spider-Man in Spider-Man PS4 is basically an acrobatic improviser. That's why where we see him fighting, he's just throwing punches, he's throwing kicks, he's not really trying to do it in a very athletic or flexible way. He's just trying to get the job done and trying to take out the thugs with quick succession. And again, what we saw with the 3-hit combo, the Inner Demon in the demo, and he just knocks him out instantly, and he uses a lot of his webs, he kicks them up in the air, he throws them around. It's really cool, and I can't wait to see what other type of combat variety we are going to get in the game when it does release, and when we see more footage as well. So what are your thoughts on this, Terry?
I really think this is like awesome because like James Stevenson recently has been on the live streams on Twitch, and he always keeps having everybody, some people who works with Spider-Man, even new people that we never seen before who work on Spider-Man, and you guys really do need to check out. I'll be honest, I haven't seen all of them because it's like, you know, like you have to watch the whole live stream to really see what part they will say something about Spider-Man PS4. But yeah, I really think we might get something soon because Paris Games Week is really around the corner like that. It's really around the corner. Yeah, Evan, back to you.
Thank you, Terry. Perfectly well said, as always. And definitely to reiterate what TheTalentedGamerHD just said, we're going to talk about what he just mentioned at the end of the video, but mainly, definitely, please, please, please try your very best to watch all of Insomniac Games live streams. It really gives you a great insight in regards to how of a talented developer they are in regards to what games that they've worked on in the past, what other games are coming out that they may have not worked on, because they also played like games like Cuphead, Star Fox, Dishonored, so they really give a lot of insight in regards to the way that games operate and how the progress of game development really takes its toll onto the people who spend, you know, months, years working on all these projects, and you really get a good insight in regards to what they're dealing with Spider-Man, even though they don't obviously say, oh, this is what we're doing with Spider-Man, but they're obviously telling you guys, while hinting at it, in regards to what they are doing to trying to give us the best Spider-Man gaming experience possible, while they're trying their very best to work on the game as hard as they can. Again, which is why all the Spidey Squad members and I say hashtag Insomniac we trust, we believe in them. I think they're going to do a great job. Terry thinks they're going to do a great job, and I can't wait to see what other footage we're going to see in the future. So, to continue with the second part of this news update, is actually a little brief update in regards to the character team for Spider-Man PS4. So basically, as you're seeing on screen right now, this is a tweet from Jason Hickey, who, it's weird, usually when a person is working at a game studio, they would say, oh, I'm a game developer working at Insomniac Games, focusing on this specific thing for Spider-Man PS4. It just says in Jason Hickey's description he is just an artist, but since he is talking to Gavin Goulden, who is the lead character artist at Insomniac Games, who's working on Spider-Man PS4 right now, I'm assuming he's working at Insomniac, and right now he's just giving us a little status update on how the progress is going for the game. He says, Spider-Man is going great, character team are doing some really cool stuff, at Gavin Goulden, hashtag Spider-Man PS4, so obviously, right there, he's talking about Spider-Man PS4, and I'm really excited and just happy to know that they're just really trying their all and giving their best with the character design, and I will try to find the tweet and see if I can put it on screen, but a couple weeks ago, Gavin Goulden, who, again, like I said, is the lead character artist of Spider-Man PS4, working at Insomniac Games, was looking at demonic merchandise online, and he says on Twitter, he's like, oh, I don't know why I was really looking at this, but clearly, as you can see on this picture right here, one of the masks or merchandise items that he was looking at looks really similar to an Inner Demon mask. So again, they're looking at everything, they're trying their best to actually create really unique character models for all the characters, and even small characters like the henchmen of Mr. Negative, the Inner Demons, with the way that the masks look, how the henchmen are going to look with their suits, with their clothing, with their arbitrary way of design, and also with the citizens in New York City are probably going to look extremely unique and different as well. And just seeing how the lead character artist is going that far into length of detail to research something like that small, I'm just really excited and really happy that they're going that far into detail. So what are your thoughts on this, Terry?
I actually like that, but I've never seen that tweet before. I'm glad you brought it up, but it just seemed like they're trying to be like for example, like when I draw, I have to like get like an understanding of something, like try to recreate it in my own way, but kind of get their version and put it on my own like paper. And that seems like what they're trying to do for the game. They're trying to get the real life version of the mask and try and make their recreation, but having a little help from the real life things of stuff and put it into the game.
Perfectly well said, Terry, as always, and definitely, just to kind of branch on what Terry was saying, is yeah, like there's a lot of unique things that could happen here with something just as small as the henchmen that they're looking at. Again, people in New York, main bosses, Peter Parker, maybe if he's going to look different, other side characters like Miles Morales, Aunt May, you know, we can definitely expect a lot of cool stuff in regards to how the characters are going to look in the game if they're going this far into detail of research. And next up, guys, is another small little update, nothing huge, but just another tweet from Brian Intar yesterday saying, another Saturday at home, just playing some Spider-Man PS4, so proud to be a part of this team. And again, you know, nothing to really analyze there, it's just Brian Intar is playing the game at home, which I actually find really interesting. And yeah, just he's working on the game, he's playing it, he says it's really fun, and he's just really happy to be working on the game with all the other Insomniacs. Very happy to work on this game as well. So what do you think on this, Terry?
I thought this was kind of weird and awesome because just looking at the street just making me the jitters, because how is he, if they're working on the game, how is he, the creative director of Insomniac Games, able to bring the game home and play it instead of playing it at Insomniac Games, like at his team, like, because he said like one of the live streams or interviews with PlayStation, he said he's at his desk, it looks awesome on the regular PS4, and he was saying he's playing at his desk, but this, like right here, if he's able to take the game home, that must mean that the game is pretty much done, but they just added stuff, because like you said, like from the live streams with PlayStation, they actually did say that they're still implementing stuff and taking feedback from the fans and also playing it, as you can see on this tweet. And I think this is really cool how he's able to play it, but I'm wondering, do he have the full game, or is this like a demo he's playing, or what is it? Like, I don't understand, because it seems like they have really too much fun with this game right now.
Exactly, Terry. Perfectly well said. And yeah, because to kind of look back at what we were talking about a couple months ago, is that Sean Layden, who's the president and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, and he said in an interview that all of Sony's big AAA PlayStation exclusives will in fact come out within the first half of 2018, so that means from January to June. And clearly what Terry's saying and what Brian Intar says is that he's able to play the game at home, which I find really interesting as well. And again, I'm pretty darn sure they're getting much closer to finishing the game, of course, even though sadly it is coming out next year in 2018. But still, if what Sean Layden says is true, which again we don't know for sure, Insomniac haven't said anything about that, but still, if it's Sean Layden saying it, I do trust him. And again, if it could come out within the first half of 2018, I'm speculating maybe spring 2018 or maybe early summer of 2018. I don't think early 2018 because that's when God of War comes out. So that's obviously going to be dominated by Sony Santa Monica instead of Insomniac, but we'll just wait and see. And yeah, you know, Brian and Tar playing the game at home, that's very interesting and very cool, to say the least. And now for the final big update of this video, everybody, is Bill Roseman. So, again, yesterday on Twitter, Bill Roseman said, after 2 weeks of Marvel events in New York City and Los Angeles, my body has given into a cold, but it won't stop me from reviewing the Spider-Man PS4 script. Now, that is really interesting. So, again, first of all, Bill Roseman, if you're watching this, please get well, dude. We love you. Everyone, the Spidey Squad loves you. You're awesome. And definitely,
love you, Bill Roseman.
Thanks, Terry. Definitely, yeah, because we want you to obviously not suffer from a cold. Definitely just rest, get better soon. And what we find interesting, though, is he's reviewing the script of Spider-Man PS4. Now, if you guys know, they were not at New York Comic Con. If you guys know, New York Comic Con was a couple, like I think a full week ago or something, and Spider-Man PS4 sadly did not show up there, but in a little bit over 2 weeks from now, Paris Games Week's going to happen. And there, Sony is proclaiming that we're going to get a lot of new announcements for new games and a lot of updates on other games as well. So hopefully Spider-Man PS4 is one of those games. And if Bill Roseman is reviewing the script for Spider-Man PS4, could he just be reviewing it because he wants to make sure if everything makes sense and that it looks like a good story? Or are they planning to maybe release a certain story trailer at Paris Games Week? Again, we don't know if it's going to be at Paris Games Week or PlayStation Experience, but Insomniac Games have said that we will not have to wait another full year to get some news on the game. So we're like, you know, with 2016, we waited until September, and then we waited for PlayStation Experience, and it didn't happen in PlayStation Experience 2016. Then we had to wait all the way until E3 2017 to get more of the game. So they already said that a situation like that is not going to happen again. So that is very relieving for a lot of us. So with this tweet, I'm just very interested to seeing Bill Roseman looking over the script, and I'm really intrigued to see what specific thing he might be looking at. What are your thoughts on this, Terry?
I really do like this. This is really awesome. But I really like with the script thing. I really feel like what they did with Spider-Man PS4 at E3 2017. I feel like they're trying to actually kind of do like that. Maybe, I don't know. Like you said, it could be a story trailer, but it seems like they're trying to prepare, or he's trying to get them to prepare for Paris Games Week, since he uploaded this like not too long ago, and it seems like it's going to be similar to what they did like with E3, because like for instance when Spider-Man was like trying to catch the helicopter, he was like, please don't screw this up. So Brian Hart mentioned that in the live stream on PlayStation, saying that those script scenes was kind of referring to Insomniac Games, like please don't mess up this game and the gameplay and all that other stuff. So this could be Paris Games Week, but we have got high hopes, really high. I still believe that it might be at Paris Games Week. You probably still believe, and I think you actually do. I'm not going to say you probably, you actually do believe that's going to be at Paris Games Week. And every rest of the Spidey Squad do. So I really hope, because we need some news. I really do, and I know this is probably not irrelevant, but I really do miss these graphics from last year. Because just from looking at this picture, really brings back last year's E3, and I really miss it because it looks so realistic. But yeah, back to you, Evan. But yeah, that's what I think.
Thank you, Terry, for your awesome insight as always. And yeah, I definitely agree with everything what Terry said, both at Paris Games Week and just the way that the game looked from last year. Again, this is our personal opinion, since Terry just said, and I agree with him 100%. I and Terry both believe that the graphics from E3 2016 look much better than what we got this year. This year still looks pretty good, but I just personally believe that last year's trailer looks immensely better than what we got this year. But still, again, that has to do with what they said, that they obviously improved from what we got last year this year, and also the time of day is different. From 2017 it was during the daytime, and 2016 it was in like dusk time, or near like late evening or early evening. And yeah, you know, again, Paris Games Week's right around the corner, guys. We don't have a lot of news of the game now, but just keep your eyes peeled in like 2 weeks' time, and hopefully we'll get something. Again, Paris Games Week is on October 30th, and if we don't get anything at Paris Games Week, the next thing we can expect it at is PlayStation Experience, which is on December 9th through December 10th. And if you want to hear other Spidey Squad members actually talk about stuff like this, please go and subscribe to the Spidey Squad's YouTube channel. We do have a YouTube channel now if you guys missed it, and the very latest video that we've done is a lot of the Spidey Squad members, mainly the main ones, Legit MHX, Spidey Vigilante, Michael Stretch, and Spidey Skater Boy, and Spidey Bugle as well. We're talking about where we could see the game next, and it's very, very awesome. It's a great discussion. I'll leave it in the description so you can go check it out yourself. I sadly couldn't be a part of it because I was busy doing other things on YouTube, working on Radioactive Replay and all that, but it's a really great video overall, and you should definitely watch it. And before we end the video, I want to give a quick shout out to the one and only Mental Gamer. Recently, he has been doing a lot of cool Spider-Man PS4 videos as of late, and they're really great topic discussions. The most recent one he did where he talked about possible alternate characters that we could play as. So like in the Batman Arkham games, we could play as Nightwing, Catwoman, Robin, Batgirl. So he does something like that for Spider-Man PS4. We could maybe play as Miles Morales, Black Cat, maybe someone else. I won't spoil it, but definitely go give it a watch. It's a really great video. And please go subscribe to him, go subscribe to all the other Spidey Squad members, and go subscribe to the Spidey Squad YouTube channel, and we will not let you down in regards to updating you in regards to Spider-Man PS4 news. So anyways, guys, that brings an end to this really quick update video. I know it was a bit longer than I intended it to be, but still, this is just a small update. Maybe the game could appear at Paris Games Week, maybe it won't, but still, it's just good to be in the know of these kinds of things. And again, please, if you have the time, please try to watch as much of the Insomniac Games live streams as you possibly can. They're really great, in-depth conversations that they have while they are playing really cool video games. I try and watch them while I'm working on other videos, and they're really great topic discussions overall. So, but anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I am very happy that I could do this video with the one and only TheTalentedGamerHD. Again, he has been back on YouTube. He did a recent video on his channel. It's awesome. Go check it out. Leave his channel, his Twitter, and the video that he recently did in the description below. What do you have to say, Terry?
Thank you, Evan, because this was an actually amazing collaboration. Thank you so much. You guys, if you are watching me from my channel, whoever watched me on my channel, please, I apologize that I haven't been uploading as much. It's just that I'm trying so hard. I got some more coming soon, and maybe, like, gameplay-wise, too. I might start a series. I don't know yet, but just stay tuned, okay? Just bear with me, because I got a lot of stuff going on right now, and I'm trying so hard to do justice with the Spider-Man edits and just do justice for Spider-Man PS4, because without the Spidey Squad, I wouldn't be doing this, and even if I didn't have the Spidey Squad, I'd probably still be, because I love Spider-Man so much. So, thank you, Evan, so much.
And thank you, Terry, and without further ado, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Stay spectacular, Spidey fans. Peace out.